I know you feel frustrated, wondering if I've forgotten you. You're waiting for answers, for doors to open, for your prayers to be heard. But I need you to trust me. I am not slow and I have not forgotten. I am doing something greater than you can imagine, something that requires patience and faith. My timing is not your timing, but it is always perfect. Waiting can feel like one of the hardest things in life. We live in a fast-paced world where everything is instant. But God doesn't work like the world. He works in seasons, and every season has a purpose. The waiting you're experiencing isn't wasted time, it's preparation. God is building you, refining your heart, and aligning circumstances for something far greater than you could plan on your own. Do you remember the story of Joseph in the Bible? He had dreams of greatness, but he was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and thrown into prison. For years, it seemed like nothing was happening, but God was aligning everything perfectly. At the right time, Joseph became the second most powerful man in Egypt, and God used him to save countless lives during a famine. If Joseph had received his blessing earlier, he wouldn't have been ready for the responsibility. You might feel like you're in a season of waiting, but what if this is actually a season of preparation? God is strengthening your faith, refining your character, and setting the stage for something bigger than you could ever imagine. Trust that the waiting is not wasted, Joseph. His journey was filled with betrayal, slavery, and years in prison. To anyone watching, it might have seemed like God had abandoned him. But Joseph's waiting wasn't meaningless. God was preparing him for a position of influence that would not only save his family, but an entire nation. At the perfect time, Joseph was raised up to fulfill his destiny. God's timing also protects us. There are moments when he says no or not yet, not to punish us, but to shield us from what we can't see. Imagine if you received something too soon. You might not be ready to handle it, and it could do more harm than good. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." Just like a seed planted in the ground takes time to grow, your blessings need time to bloom. What feels like silence is actually God working behind the scenes. There's another truth about God's timing. It's tied to his promises. When God makes a promise, he keeps it, but it's always on his schedule. Abraham and Sarah waited decades for their promised son, Isaac. Though they doubted, God's promise didn't fail. He delivered at the right moment, showing that his faithfulness is greater than our impatience. Waiting isn't passive. It's a time for you to grow in faith and to trust him more deeply. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." Faith isn't about seeing, it's about believing. Have you ever looked back on a situation and thought, "Now I understand why I had to wait"? Those moments are reminders that God's timing is always for our good. He sees the bigger picture, the things we cannot comprehend. Your waiting is also an opportunity to focus on what God is doing in you. Are you growing in patience? Are you trusting him more? This time is not about what you're waiting for, it's about who you are becoming in the process. When life feels uncertain, remember the words of Isaiah 40:31. "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." God gives strength to those who wait on him. God's delays are not his denials. They are his way of saying, "I have something better for you, but you have to trust me." Maybe the job you didn't get, the relationship that ended, or the opportunity that fell through was God's way of redirecting you to his perfect plan. Trust his timing. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Reflect on the moments when He's come through for you before, and let that strengthen your faith for what's ahead. If this message has encouraged you, like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to our channel for more uplifting messages. And before you go, check out our next video, How to Strengthen Your Faith During Life's Challenges. It will help you grow closer to God in every season. God bless you.